Hello and welcome to the Twin Fusion Show. My name is Christy and this is my twin sister.
I'm Kathy.
And we're going to talk today about what happened at the Capitol. Kathy and I were both there. I have a shot here to prove it. What we're going to talk about is some stuff that happened to us on the way there, while we were there, and what we saw at the Capitol. There's Kathy and I. So you can tell we were there. And that frosty cold DC. It was quite a sacrifice for somebody who lives in California. But so what happened was early that day when I got on the plane, well, the day before actually, when I got on the plane, the pilot, there were a lot of us, it was probably 85% MAGA. I flew out of LAX and the pilot, we were all chanting and high-fiving each other and talking about what was going on and real happy. And the pilot got on the speaker and said, listen, we are not going to have a MAGA rally in the plane. You guys need to shut up. I don't want you to talk to each other. I don't want any noise. There's a lot of people on here that have different beliefs than you. There weren't a lot of people, probably maybe 15%. And we're not having it. And if you guys talk to each other, he said that, if you guys just talk to each other, we're gonna land this plane in Missouri and you'll never make it to the rally. So, and then I heard that another American Airlines pilot did the same thing to a group that was coming from Phoenix. So it must have been part of their...
It was a coordinated effort.
Yeah, it was a...
Yeah.
So we right away, we started getting censored. I mean, and bad. I mean, it was ridiculous. So, you know, the Save America March was good. Kathy and I got up early in the morning and we got
up at 5. So we were down there by 5:30.
We were down
and we were there until 1:30 in the afternoon. There was not one bit of violence. There was not one bit of crazy. There was not one bit of agitation. Everybody was calm. Everybody was kumbaya. It was nice, peaceful, sitting around, singing. We all sang the Star Spangled Banner and
God bless America.
America and just all kinds of stuff. So,
well, I have a picture for the Save America March. If you look at the podium, that's our Trump. That's our president right there speaking. Kathy and I got into the elliptical because we got there so early. But so, you know, Trump talked. He talked for about I think about an hour. He's really good at just talking. And he didn't really say anything that we haven't heard before. He talked about election fraud. He talked about
mostly election fraud.
But he didn't say anything about, he said, I heard you guys are going to be marching up to the Capitol, you know, after this is over. And that's all he said. There wasn't anything about, you know, go and give them your business, go storm the Capitol. You know, he didn't say anything. He just said, I heard you guys were walking up to the Capitol after this was planned. Mm-hmm. So it was really non-eventful, but there were so many people there and it was really beautiful. There were just groups and groups of people that were just happy. Everybody was singing. You can see all those patriots. That's just from the street back up to the ellipse is on the other side of the street, and then the Washington Monument goes farther back on the other side of the street. I think that's Constitution Avenue. I don't remember, but so there were just a lot of people and it was really fun, and there's a lot of support and really good vibes. And one thing that I was surprised is that all the patriots were really well informed. Everyone knew what was going on, knew what was really going on. One time when we were walking down the street, there was this guy that yelled with a megaphone. He goes, "Go back to Walmart, where you belong." And I laughed. I thought it was kind of funny, but I yelled back at him, "Nice one, asshole," you know, because, you know, they think we're idiots. They think we're...
I mean, well, that's their attitude. They're very, very arrogant, self-congratulating, especially people in DC that are liberal. They just really think that they're just self-congratulating, arrogant libtards, you know. Yeah. But anyway, so then the speech was over. Everybody started walking peacefully to the Capitol. And Christy, you got footage of that too. You have rolling footage and you have a few pictures of that too.
Yeah, I've got some.
It was peaceful. We were walking. Everybody was just either singing or, USA or quiet, just talking amongst one another. I mean, it was a lot of people, but it was orderly. There was no discord or chaos.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a picture. I've got a long shot of the people walking, and you can see that the march was quiet. Everybody was quiet. We're like sheep, kind little sheep. But I show about, I don't know, 6 blocks of it. But people are just walking. Look how quiet they are. Nobody's running.
I mean, there's a guy there like preaching the gospel with the megaphone and stuff like that. But I mean, and that's kind of loud, but everybody else is just kind of, walking.
Walking, schlumping along. It was a whole day. Nothing.
So then fast forward, we get up to the Capitol, and we were on the mall side, and on the other side where the parking lot is where they apparently were letting people in. And someone said they saw 3 Sprinter vans full of Antifa that the Capitol Police were letting in. And it's come out now that that this thing was organized and planned for several weeks, if not several months. Well, and they've got video footage of these Antifa people high-fiving each other and giving each other hugs saying we did it and all kinds of stuff.
Well, we've got testimony, Kathy and I were up there taking videos of people's testimony that actually walked into the Capitol and got into the rotunda. We had several videos. Kathy, tell them.
I had two that I uploaded to Twitter the night of when I got back to the hotel. And then the next day, they were taken off of Twitter. And then Google took them off my phone. They took the pictures off my phone. Those 2 videos off my phone. Not only, and then I lost like 50 followers. I don't have a lot of followers. I've only been on Twitter for 6 months, and I lost 50 followers on Twitter after that. It was just amazing that they can take videos off of your phone.
Yeah, no, that's your consent on steroids.
On steroids. I mean, they can take it down on Twitter. I get it, but
yeah, taking it right off.
They have access to everything.
Crazy. Well, then what happened? We were kind of we were behind, so we didn't see what was going on up front. We didn't actually see any of the riot, the storming, but we talked to a lot of people that were actually part of that got into it, that were in the front of the line. And one thing that they said was that the barricades were taken down for them, and that somebody opened the door for them and held the door.
Well, we saw video of the Capitol Police letting people in.
Yeah, and all the guys
hurrying people in. They were like rushing people to come in.
Yeah, the guy that
directing traffic.
The guy that I'm going to show right now, his name's Kevin. He was one of the guys that climbed the scaffolding and got in. But he said the people that opened the door were saying, "Come on in. We need more people in here." The Capitol Police or whoever they were, maybe they were Antifa, looking like
they were dressed like Capitol Police.
Yeah, dressed like Capitol Police. So I'm going to show Kevin's testimony. This is one of the testimonies that we have left.
Because she backed it up.
Because I backed up my stuff before we posted anything. Okay, go.
On the other side, I decided I wanted to get up on the scaffolding. I get up on the second tier of the scaffolding, take some pictures. There are people 8 blocks down. The street is full, 8 blocks down. It's full everywhere. There's millions of people here. And so I'm up on the scaffolding, and then a whole bunch of people, they just keep climbing on the scaffolding. And I'm like, I don't know how much weight this shit can hold. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of sketchy. So I climb down, and then as I go up the stairs, I get up to the top of the stairs. Dudes are going, go right, go right. So I turn right. 2 dudes are holding the door open. We need more people in here. And I go, I get up the stairs, and you're in the rotunda. And there's lots of nice pictures, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty nice. Whip out my phone, because you got to prove you were there. I can prove I was there, right? If you don't have a picture, it didn't happen. So then, then guys are like, we need more people down here. So I start running down the hallway, and all of a sudden, there's tear gas in there. I'm like, not today. So I turn around, and I'm getting ready to leave. They shut the other door. The cops retook the other door, and they said they were restoring order. So at that point, I knew it was time to get the fuck out. Yeah. So I went in that side of the building and come out that side of the building. Okay. Now I gotta go find my kid. Huh?
Storming order? Storming?
Storming.
I think it's funny that the gal that was standing there was talking about storming, asking him about storming. Because by then, well, when did we talk to him? It was about 3:30, so it was maybe an hour later. And the news was already out that the Capitol was stormed.
Well, it was out at 9:32 in the morning. NPR had it, and the timestamp on it was 9:32 in the morning. They were talking about the Capitol. We hadn't even gotten there.
It was 2
We didn't
o'clock.
get there until 5 hours later.
Yeah.
So we know it was contrived. We know the media had it all wrapped up already. And we're ready to pull the trigger as soon as, Antifa and whoever did what they had to do.
Yeah.
And, as far as the photos, Christy, talk about how the photos were staged and the lighting was set up. And
yeah, then the next morning we got up and I looked at pictures that were on BBC, and they were the ones of the guy sitting on the desk at, Nancy Pelosi's office and stuff like that. And I went to film school, and I've taught film classes to a lot of people on how to do 3-point lighting and light a scene. And all of this stuff was really well lit, perfectly lit. And, it was 3-point lighting. It was crazy. These pictures were staged. And then
the guy with his feet on the desk, I do want to note that he was in a very small office. No way Nancy Pelosi has that small of an office.
Yeah.
It's probably one of her staff people.
Yeah.
Or, just a random open office that they were in.
Yeah.
Then they probably took the pictures last week. Or last summer, whenever.
Well, one thing I thought was funny, that picture that was on Twitter with the green screen, they had in the foreground, there were 2 lenses. So they were like production stills of whatever production they were doing whenever they did that. So they had production stills. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that green screen was real, if someone just photoshopped that in or what, I don't know. But we know that it was done beforehand. The whole thing was planned. The guy with the with the horns on and the red, white, and blue face with the pedophilia, tattoo, he was not there. Nobody saw him. He wasn't there. And then that guy with the Jack Dorsey beard, big fat guy with the hammer and sickle in his hand.
Yeah, those pictures were taken last summer.
Yeah.
At another rally that was there.
Yeah.
But they said, there's some speculation that guy, it wasn't a pedophilia thing, it was a Marine Corps tattoo, and that he was an embedded Marine Corps Special Forces guy that embedded Antifa. Who knows? There's a lot of speculation going around there. But anyway, we know that they were staged and that the quote riot was staged.
Yeah.
We don't know how much Trump knew about it beforehand. We're guessing he did because of the "it's going to be wild" comment. So
yeah. I hope he didn't.
But they said they had special forces embedded with Antifa to go in and get those laptops. So they said they got 15 laptops and with Chinese stuff and and
it could have just been another one. Well, we're going to take the opportunity, since we have a setup here, we're going to send our special forces in. Since they're planning this, we're going to take the opportunity to make.
Well, that's what we're guessing.
Yeah,
so.
we hope. Kathy and I.
They got the laptops, so they said so.
Good. Kathy and I saw. It was about, I don't know, was it 4 o'clock when we saw his video that he made, that Trump made, that said, "Go home, just be peaceful."
No, we were back at the hotel.
Oh, okay. Well, we saw it. So I don't know when Twitter took it down, but we saw it. But I felt a little thrown under the bus by Trump. It was like he believed that we were the ones who did that, or he was talking like it.
No, I didn't get that. I don't know why you felt like that.
I was a little hurt by it. It's like, we spent our money and our time to come here and show our support and what we believe and what we're saying. And, anyway.
Anyway, that's the scoop. That's our scoop. We just wanted to let people know that this is really what happened, and it was peaceful on the ground. And Christy, do you have pictures of the
yeah, I have the pictures
of the Capitol where it's showing hundreds and thousands of people.
Well, this is one picture.
Incident.
Yeah, this is a picture. This was behind. This is where they set up the scaffolding and stuff for the inauguration.
This is on the mall.
The mall side of the Capitol, and everyone was just sitting around, taking pictures. Nobody was doing anything. Now there were some people in all black standing around on the higher parts of the thing, which I think were Antifa. Some people said, "Oh, those are, you know, SWAT team, Capitol Police," but some people.
Well, they're the ones that were doing the tear gas bombs up there. That's where it was coming from.
That's true.
It was worse up there.
The mayor did a curfew, and it was about 4:30 when we left, and they were already starting to gas everybody, trying to get everybody out of there. So they had the tear gas was terrible, and whatever that made you cough really bad. It really was bad.
So let's just wrap it up. I mean, that's kind of our 2 cents on what happened. Since we were there, we wanted to let people know that it was largely peaceful. There was that one thing, and it kind of happened before, the worst of it happened before most of us got there. So,
but it was all done. I mean, the whole, with the Patriots part of going in, it was like 10, 20 minutes tops.
Yeah, but they weren't even privy to the destruction.
No,
they weren't even,
most of the guys just got to
Rotunda
Rotunda and turned around. Everyone we talked to
turned around after they saw the police, you know, because they, you know, heard that there was a ruckus, so they left. You know.
But I keep hearing on the what little mainstream media clips I hear, it's still the horrible tragedy of the Capitol.
Well, that was the whole reason for impeaching Trump. Without a trial, without witnesses, without any investigation, just hearsay, you know, emotion.
Yeah.
It was just it's a farce.
Yeah,
These people aren't lawmakers. It's like the Kardashians show, you know. It's goofy.
It's up. Nobody talks like this.
It drives me nuts. The trans
Girls that talk like that.
Okay, I've got to get going, but you guys be blessed, and
all right. God bless
right.
everybody, and we will talk to you the next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.